Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2020 Walt Disney Pictures feature film Mulan. This is the live action version of the classic 90s animated film Mulan, starring Ming-Na Wen and Eddie Murphy. But Ming-Na Wen does a quick little cameo in this film. Eddie Murphy's not a part of it. Mushu's not a part of it. This is more based off of the poem of Mulan rather than the animated film, but and I had this issue with the 2017 live-action Beauty and the Beast. Don't say it's a complete separation when you then use music from things that you say you're not going to reference. For instance, the 2017's Beauty and the Beast, which I went on a rave about, said it was going to have nothing to do with the musical, the Broadway musical, but then they used songs from the Broadway musical that is not a part of the cartoon musical as musical interlude for the film. So the same thing with Mulan. They used the songs for Mulan as musical interlude for this live action. Why? You told me it was going to be separated. Keep it separated. I had issues with a lot of it, but I'm going to talk about the good. First, I give Disney a lot of credit for what they had to figure out because it was supposed to premiere in March, but the COVID-19 pandemic hit and they had to figure out how to have people watch it, what to do. So, and I was in Disneyland with my family Friday, March 13th, 2020, the last day Disneyland was open. And, you know, all the shelves are filled with Mulan merchandise and dresses and mugs and hats and cups and sweatshirts and figures and toys galore, and because the movie was supposed to come out, but then it couldn't. So what Disney did was they released it eventually as a premiere viewing, so you could pay $30 to watch it. You had X amount of days to watch it, you know, for the $30, and you know that's how you could watch the movie. But everybody else who had a Disney Plus subscription, because they were going to do this through Disney Plus, conveniently they released Disney Plus in 2019, so they had to figure out how to get this new movie out and make money off of it. So I didn't watch it when it first came out because I kept hearing really terrible things about it, like review-wise, and there was controversy of where it was filmed because there was internment camps for Muslims there, like a lot of sketchy stuff. So I waited, and then it dropped a little while ago on Disney Plus free of charge because it comes with your subscription now, and I still waited. So I saw it a couple days ago, and I didn't like it. I loved the aesthetic, I loved the costuming, I loved the background score. I thought that was neat, minus using the Mulan songs where you should have just had them all singing. It makes no sense. That's where Aladdin thrived and Beauty and the Beast and Mulan didn't make sense, because Aladdin was still a musical. It was a live action musical, but it was fun, it was adventurous, it was wonder. Mina Massoud as Aladdin, absolutely brilliant. It just didn't have that wonder connection to this film. You know, you had a witch as a villain who then turned who was an antagonist who then turned protagonist. You had a phoenix instead of Mushu the dragon. It was strange, but then again, I don't know the poem of Mulan, so maybe there is a witch and a phoenix in the poem. I don't know. I didn't like, and I'm nitpicking, but this movie should have been in Chinese. 100% should have been in Chinese, whether it was in Mandarin or Cantonese. Put subtitles at the bottom in English for everyone to read, but you should have had these Asian actors speaking the language of China that the film was portraying in an ancient dynasty, right? You should have had that, because you have some Asian characters speaking in perfect English. You had some with broken English. You had some with very broken English. Like, there's no continuity of the dialect, and that really annoyed me. If you are having an ancient Chinese film about a battle about northern invaders, right? They're not referenced to the Mongols, but you know that's what they're referencing, Mongolia. Have everybody speaking Chinese. Have everybody speaking that ancient dialect in Chinese. Like, if you want me to be immersed into this particular project as an ancient Chinese battle, because that's what this is being portrayed as, an ancient Chinese battle in a dynasty, keep me immersed. Have everybody speaking the same, you know, dialect, or have everybody speaking the same, you know, Chinese language. Like, I don't get why it was so all over the place with that. Like, And I know this didn't do well in China either. Like, I'm perfectly fine reading subtitles. Like, I am perfectly fine watching a foreign film so long as I know it's a foreign film and I have my subtitles and I can read them. I get Americans are stupid and they refuse to read, but I think that's another part that lost the wonder for this movie. It's because it's set in a specific time period, but like everybody's accents were all over the place. And it's interesting because I'm catching myself now with Aladdin. Yes, technically that is in ancient Arabia, right? And nobody's speaking Arabic in that movie. Everybody's speaking English, but you didn't really have people have different breaking of different accents or anything like that. So I think that's why it kept its continuity for me, just because everybody sounded the same. But with Mulan, everybody didn't sound the same. And I can't blame any actors for that because it's not their fault. It's just how they speak. But if you want to keep that authenticity, that strength of pure Chinese power within an army, have everybody speak Chinese. That's all I ask for. It's too late now, but whatever. Yeah, I didn't like the changes in it. But again, I don't know the poem, so I can't really dictate what's in the poem, what's not in the poem. It was just a weird movie. It was boring. It was boring. That's what the cartoon benefited from, is that it had the songs to lift the story. So like the song, I'll Make a Man Out of You, right? About everybody training at the camp. It's a quick 4-minute song. Moves the story along. That's the benefit of the musical. And then you had 15 to 25 minutes of them training at a camp, which could have been summed down to 4 minutes in a song. It was weird. It was very weird. It should not have been a 2-hour movie. It was weird. I don't know. I didn't like it. Did you like Mulan? Do you agree with everybody else who's been saying it was just strange? And I feel bad because the actors obviously did a good job, but just the way it was written, I did not approve of the way it was written. Aladdin is hands down the best live action Disney film live action remake that they've done. I'm very excited for Lilo and Stitch whenever that comes out. Cannot wait. But I am also nervous. So let's keep our hopes down for a bit. Mulan, 2020's live action remake Mulan. Let's talk about it. What did you think? That's all I got. Mucho mahalo.